Afternoon at 4:30, could COVID have some people rethinking their holiday plans? We have been talking about this a lot lately. The Omicron variant and those rising positivity numbers do have some people talking about it, maybe reconsidering, and that's making for some difficult family conversations mid-December. Joining us this afternoon to talk more about it is Dr. Anthony Santella from the University of New Haven. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
You know, this is something a lot of families are facing right now, and I think there's probably a line. Many people are saying, nothing's changing, I've got my shots, I'm just going on with it. But then there's this other side saying, you know what, I'm still being careful. What are you seeing?
Well, vaccinations remain our key to really curbing this pandemic once and for all. And while we've made some progress with encouraging and getting really those who are eligible vaccinated and now boosted, we aren't really where we truly need to be to put COVID behind us. And so, I don't blame folks for being a little bit hesitant about, getting together with large groups, particularly when you're unsure of the vaccination status of others, or that masking won't be enforced, or you're just, a little uncertain about it. Those are normal and natural feelings to be having.
What should people take into consideration when trying to decide, if they will travel, get on a plane, get in a car with a group of people, or have dinner, a bigger family group gathering?
Yeah, so, I definitely would keep my event small. We're used to that now, so it's really not a huge departure from the way we've been living the last 2 years. Err on the side of caution. If you're feeling a little under the weather or just not yourself, stay home or seek care from your primary care provider. Getting tested is also really important, even if you feel fine. We have pretty good access to free and low cost testing, including, over the counter at local pharmacies. Get that test done, even if you're going, on a domestic trip or a driving trip. Just know your status really before you kind of take that next step and engage with others. And then, be willing to accept that if you're doing anything outside of your household, there's a little bit of harm in your way, and you either have to accept that or not. And that's not an easy decision for a lot of folks. So I get it. It's definitely worth having a conversation with those who you plan on being around over the holidays.
Dr. Santella, I'm curious to get your thoughts about where we stand now. Obviously, the positivity rate has been up and down a lot. It's been creeping up to rates we haven't seen in a long time. A lot of people probably thought we'd gotten past this. What are your feelings about where we stand right now?
Yeah, so, I feel like we're taking 10 steps forward and 2 steps back, and we're doing this dance back and forth. And I think a large driver for that is because we've gotten very comfortable with, maybe not wearing the mask all the time, or socializing again without wearing a mask, or those small groups have now become slightly larger groups of people we're socializing with. And so as we continue to be social and human beings, right, the virus continues to spread. That coupled with pretty mediocre vaccination rates is a bad combination of things to be experiencing right now during respiratory illness season, the winter months. People are back at work, back at school. So it's a combination of these things that really make it for this kind of gray space where we're not in the clear, but we're also not in the dark days that we were earlier this year and last year.
Well, that's good news. But get the shot, get the booster, and then have a nice, safe holiday, right?
Perfect, yes.
All right, Dr. Anthony Santella from the University of New Haven, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Have a nice holiday season.
Thanks, you too.
And a reminder, you will be able to find this interview again anytime on the Channel 3 app. You will also be able to find all kinds of information about COVID testing and vaccines.